you and I, John, very fortunate to be able to work from home. We do not work for Tesla, who is trying to get their workers back in the office. They are running into some problems. Today's Not So Critical update. Because Peter's not here, we can do an Elon Musk story. Peter hates Elon, so this is a fun story for us to make fun of Elon and also take advantage of the fact that Peter's not here.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Elon either. I feel like, but it's important to talk about.
Yeah,
this
I'm not either, but not to the level that Peter. Like Peter doesn't want to hear about him, see him. He's like la.
Walks out of the room.
Yeah. I still think it's fun to dunk on him. I'll do that 100%. Every day of the week.
Oh yeah. So we've talked about Tesla's. I think specifically Tesla's return to office policy a couple of times, or at least once. Of course, calling it draconic. It's very draconian. Draconic is a language in D&D. Draconian law style feels very old school. Bring all of them into the office so we can control them. And one of the things in the article is like, Tesla doesn't have enough room to house everyone.
Yeah.
So
that's the funniest part. It says more than 3 months after Musk's back to office edict, they still don't have the room or resources to actually bring the employees back to the office. And then I think it was the LA office. They were talking about how they didn't have enough chairs, not enough desk space, not enough free parking spaces outside the building. So even people who wanted to comply were blocked because the company wasn't prepared for it.
Wait, that's so ironic. There wasn't enough parking spaces.
Yeah, they said that. Pretty sure that was the LA office. Oh, can I search here? Yeah. San Francisco Bay office for 3 days per week, but a shortage of chairs, desk space, parking spaces, and other resources proved too much.
Where do you even what are you doing? Elon needs to use that giga brain of his, that gigantic gigafactory brain of his, to figure out how to squeeze more people into this small space of God knows how many tens of thousands of square feet. It is so funny. And I feel bad for the Tesla employees because, if you want to work from home, you should be able to just work from home as long as your job, your duties don't dictate or rely on you being physically present in a place. This just feels like such a cheap power move from Tesla's higher-ups and Elon.
Unfortunately, that's true for a lot of people in the country. Even now, I think obviously a huge push to remote work during the pandemic. Not everybody even then was able to do it.
Right.
But even still, a lot of people who could are still not being allowed and absolutely should be.
Yeah, I think another funny thing is it shows Elon is still a micromanager at heart because he's supposedly getting weekly updates about this RTO. Dude, that's what you're thinking about, is if people are going into the fucking office?
Right.
Why are you even measuring this? Just such a colossal waste of time and resources spent on overseeing it.
I think it's we'd also talked about how Pichai at Google and I think Zuckerberg this is a story just 2 or 3 weeks ago about how they're concerned with productivity and saying that the number of people that we have here should be more productive than what we're seeing. And I think this is probably driven by the same thing. Musk saying hey, we've got all these remote workers. We don't know what they're doing. Yes, he's a micromanager, but his only solution is to try and get people back in the office so he can directly supervise them.
Yeah.
I do think productivity is a legitimate concern for business owners, especially with remote workers.
I agree. It is something hard to track. You can't see what they're doing all the time. without breaking their, individual privacy right wide open.
Which we've also seen.
Which we've also seen. Corporate spying is a thing. And I don't know, it just feels so, from one end I can understand, from the other it's like, just be a better boss, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's a tough one, but it is unfortunate for Tesla employees. Like all the people that weren't actually able to relocate and come back, literally they were just let go.
Yeah, there's stories about people who were hired as remote workers in parts of the country that couldn't get to these locations. And like you said, if they're not willing to relocate, now they're just done, even though they were hired as remote workers in the first place.
Yeah, very scary for them.
I am super grateful to be able to work from home. Have been for, I always like to say, since before it was cool. As remote going back to 2017, 2018. And it's always worked super well for me. I love the flexibility. If I had to go back into an office, like I could do it. I've been fine in an office before. I could be fine in an office again. There's definitely, I think, some advantage to being out of the house in that, what do you call it, containerized or segmented part of my life that's in an office versus home. I definitely am someone who will jump on my computer at 10 p.m. because I was thinking about something at work. I wanted to get, shoot a message off or something. But Musk is a dick.
Yeah. I could say confidently I would have to get clawed back into an office. It would take a lot for me to go back to working in an office full time. Just from the time spent, the biggest one for me was saving time on driving.
Yeah, that's true.
My commute back in the day was an hour and a half each way.
Oof, that's brutal.
That's 3 hours. That's sometimes 4 if there was an accident.
That is
3 hours
brutal.
For free handed to the employer, plus gas and maintenance on the car, wear and tear. So like that to me, when I got my first remote job, it was like, wow, I don't have to wake up at 5:45 every morning. Yeah, huge difference. Huge.
Yeah, this was maybe now 15 years ago, a while ago. But I was considering taking a job in northern New Jersey and was going to have to actually live in Pennsylvania and drive across. In good conditions, it would have been an hour commute.
Oh my God.
With North Jersey traffic, it probably would have ended up being an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. I'm so glad I didn't take that job.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That would not have been sustainable.
No.
But there are people who do
not
it.
Good for your mental. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Glad it's not me though. I know we have people who work from home. We have people who work in an office. I'm curious about, like, do the people who work in an office have any sympathy for these people, or is it like, good enough for me, so good enough for you? Like, I'm curious where people fall on this. Yeah.
So if you have an opinion.
Oh yeah, you could leave a comment, I guess. I didn't even think of that. Huh. That's a good point, John.
Thanks. Or if you wanted to talk to us about it, tell us how we're wrong or right.
Yeah, join our Discord server.
Our Discord server.
Yep. Cool. Well, next time you hear from us, we'll have Peter back.
Yes.
So we'll see you then.
That'll be fun.